Hello everyone. So I have a small confession to make, but this video was planned to be for or about the camping trip that happened over spring break. Now, I couldn't get a lot of footage of it because we were, I guess, literally and metaphorically under the weather. It was just raining a lot and you can't really get a lot of footage when it's raining. So I only have 2 clips from that entire trip. And instead about that trip though, I'm gonna be talking about this internship that I got at High Rail Technologies. So I got this internship because I was in our school's robotics club. And a cool part about that internship is that we got interviewed by Fox News, and this, I'm not putting it in my personal narrative, but I still have the video, and I don't want that to be my entire personal narrative. What my personal narrative is about though is about this tiny computer called a Raspberry Pi, and we use this in their internship because, well, it's useful. It has these input and output pins that you might be able to see if I get closer. But yeah, these pins allow for the computer to basically talk to any other component. And this is really useful because you can connect it with other devices, such as a temperature sensor to measure temperature. And I could even show you how this works with just a little bit of setup. Just, wait a bit. And we're done. So, I put the Raspberry Pi on the television so you guys can easily see what's going on. So, as I said before, the Raspberry Pi is a tiny computer, so it doesn't have everything a normal computer would have, right? It does have a web browser like Chrome, but where work is mostly done is on the terminal, which is this intimidating window that you usually see in movies when hackers are breaking into a network, right? So in reality though, this is where most of the work is done on the Raspberry Pi. You don't buy a Raspberry Pi to open Google Chrome or anything. You use this, the terminal, and I can show you my expertise in the terminal. If I bring you closer, you can see this is the command line where you enter in your command, and bam, you see? So as obviously stated, I have hacked this Raspberry Pi, but that is not the only thing I can do with my skill set. I can also show you how I edit code with the terminal. So every terminal is located in some folder, and you can list what files are in your folder with the command. So let's say you want to edit test button, okay? You can just open it up with the command, and this is all the code for a small and simple GUI that tracks if a real life button is pressed on this breadboard, as you can see right here. And so let's run the code, see how it works. Let's Python test button. So you see right there, circuit status not pressed. Pressed. A very great app. A more useful application though is when you want to measure temperature, and that's when you use this. A whole thermocouple that you can attach to the Raspberry Pi with these connectors, and I can show you how it works. So let me just load up the code and we'll be right there. So now that the code's all up and running, let me show you how it works. So it's Python thermal. So basically, this is another small GUI that I made. It reads the MAX 6675, which is just the name of this temperature reader, thermometer, if you will. Basically, every time you press this button, it updates the temperature. And I made it in Celsius and also in freedom degrees. So if I put this in my hand for a while, you can see right now it's 28.25 Celsius last time I updated it. But if I press it again, it's 31.5 Celsius, 89.15 Fahrenheit. Yeah, so this is more useful than just a button clicker. And we're actually using this in the whole solder design that we're using. In Hi-Rel, the job or the internship I'm working, I'm using this to detect temperatures of the solder liquid, which is basically melted metal, so it's very hot. And we want to regulate its temperature. And since this can withstand up to 1,000 Celsius, it's perfect for the job. And yeah, this is just how I've been using the Raspberry Pi in my internship at Hi-Rel.